Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my final prediction for Miss Universe 2023. Welcome! So this is my personal final prediction because that's what I have updated on my Instagram. I will be releasing two final prediction. This one, which is my personal choice, and number two, choices of the international jury, the pageant fans, and I have no influence on that at all. So it would be great to see how I view the possible result compared to the pageant fans and the others as well. So I am so excited to release my leaderboard first, and then you have to compare how the list goes. So let me share my list first, and let me just say that this top 20 is not as difficult to make compared to the previous years, because I was actually not struggling to pick a top 15 or even 20 because I have already some set of some standouts. Of course, that's just based on a personal thoughts. That doesn't mean that's the real standout, because others may have their own standouts as well. But to me, it is a bit easier for me to pick my top 20 standouts. Of course, I'm not sure if they would make it in or not, but to me, based on what I've seen, they are the standouts. And when it comes to ranking, it is quite challenging as always, but I stay true to what my heart says. I stay true to what I believed in. And this is me. These are my choices, and I'm very proud to share them to you. And let's see what are your thoughts about it and if you agree with my list or not. Again, this is just on a subjective basis. Let's begin. Number 20, Spain. Atenea Perez. I like her, and she has a very infectious and lovely personality which could really win many hearts. In terms of performance, I still felt like she needed to have some more push, but overall, I think a top 20 would be a decent placement for her. Number 19, Guatemala. Michelle Con. I have so much love for Guatemala, and being one of the two mothers in the competition, I would love to see her get a placement. I fell in love with her voice for change, and she speaks so good, which made me assume and give me an assurance that she could also deliver strongly in closed-door interviews. Her prelims were decent, so I would love to see her make the cut. Number 18, Zimbabwe. Brooke Jackson, the best speaker in the Voice for Change entry, and in my opinion, if that would translate to a strong preliminary interviews, then there's no doubt that Zimbabwe will make the cut. I also like her preliminary performances, although it wasn't top-notch, but she looked great, and I'm hoping that everything that she earned in the preliminaries will be enough to get into the first cut. 17, Chile. Celeste Vial. Her preliminaries impressed me, and after so many years of trying, I felt like this would be a perfect time for Chile to finally get a placement. I also love her backstory about adopting children, and to me, that was super inspiring. Number 16, Costa Rica. Lisbeth Valverde, one of the most consistent in daily activities, one of the most polished in terms of look, and I can feel that she was really fighting for a spot, and I think she deserved it. Her swimsuit performance was incredible, and with her caliber, she might even pull a top 10 surprise. Number 15, the Dominican Republic. Mariana Downing. She is a very charismatic and has delivered one of the most solid performances in both preliminaries. I like her very much in swimsuit, and to me, if she makes it in the top 10, she would need to have a gown change. And she can also speak fluently, especially in English. So based on what I've heard, what I've seen, I think Dominican Republic is in a very good position. Number 14, Peru. Camila Escribens. I wish Peru would have given us as much enthusiasm and the energy that she gave during the national costume, because her swimsuit and evening gown prelims were sadly underwhelming. I love Peru very much, but I am not crossing her off my list because I am hoping that once she's called out and make it into the top 20, she will redeem herself and give us that shining moment for her, because she is a potential top 10 or even top 5 contender. She just needs to shake it off and go all out. Number 13, El Salvador. Isabela Garcia Manzo. I don't understand why El Salvador is popping in everybody's top 5, but I'm keeping her at number 13. Our host country girl has proven herself worthy of getting a placement. At first, I am sure that many of us doubted her and even thought that she will not make it, even myself, but she came out looking so prepared and delivered solid performances, and I have a feeling that she aced the interviews too. Do I see her placing higher? Yes, but I would prefer the ladies above her on my list, so I'll just keep her in the top 20. Number 12, the United States. Noelia Voigt. I think United States delivered a performance at the prelims that could secure them another sure spot in the first cut. I think USA also has the capabilities, the capacity, and the technicalities to go as far as top 10. But as of the moment, I'll just leave her at number 12. Number 11, Colombia. Camila Velia, one of the two mothers as well, together with Guatemala in the competition as well. So I just wanted to give my kudos to Colombia for performing so well. She was barely making in everybody's list before, and after arrival, post-arrival, she proved everyone wrong, became very consistent in the competition, and delivered very strongly. And at the preliminaries, she showed everyone that she is a strong contender, and I can see Colombia making all the way to the top 10 or even top 5. But again, as what I have said, in terms of personal preference, I prefer my top 10 more, but I will not be surprised if Colombia goes as far as top 10 or even top 5. And it would be great to see her share her story as the first as one of the mothers in this competition. That would be amazing. Now let's go to my top 10, starting with my number 10, India. Shweta Sharda. With India's performance at the preliminaries and with everything that I've seen from her in the competition, I believe that she can manage to make it in the first cut in the top 20 and even go as far as top 10. I don't see a clear path for India into the top 5 as of the moment, but everything depends on the finale performance. So if ever she'll surprise us at the finals, that would be amazing, and I will be giving my full support for her if she goes very far. But as of the moment, I believe Indians must be very proud, because right now I can honestly say that based on personal perspective, India is a solid top 10 contender, and if it's just up to me, a top 10 placement is already sure for her. 9, Brazil. Maria Bresciani. For someone like her who speaks so very well, I already feel the confidence that she can make it in the competition in the first cut. Her preliminaries were quite decent, and she just exudes an energy and vibe that is so infectious and so likable. I want her to go as far as top 10, but personally I really want Brazil to go into the top 5 because she deserved it very much, and I'm always saying this. To me, Brazil is something special. There's something special about this woman, and what I love about her is that she is backing all the physical thing that's good in her. She's backing everything with her works, her performances, and credentials, and that's commendable. Number 8, Mexico. Melissa Flores. I love Mexico. I love Melissa. I really do. In fact, I have been considering her as one of my top 5 favorites prior and after preliminaries, but her preliminaries were quite on the okay-ish level. However, someone told me that she has a sprained ankle and has been in so much pain for some time now, and they even told me that before the preliminaries she was only injected with painkillers so that she could be able to perform and give that performance. And oh my gosh, I think that is surely commendable. She still performed, and I just adore her for that, and I just love Mexico even more. And I felt like, although that is a valid reason and experience, I still felt like they will be judging everything based on performance. So I'm not sure, but personally I felt like it might affect their performance. But if Mexico will be able to get past through that and go all the way to the top 5, which I know she is capable of, I would be cheering for her so loudly because she is just an amazing woman. Number 7, Australia. Morea Wilson. I'm so glad and super proud that Australia did not disappoint. She has been very consistent in the competition and effortlessly slaying every day. I also love her background in sports, and her performances at the prelims showed why she is one of the strong contenders of this batch. I can also see her making the top 5. Number 6, Venezuela. Diana Silva. This is one of the hardest decisions that I have to make in this leaderboard because I really like Venezuela. To be honest, I love everyone in my top 10. This is my winner's circle. Anyone in my top 10 could win. I really love them very much. And I really like Venezuela, and I would have wanted to see her in the top 5. I would really love to put her in my top 5, but I can also make strong arguments on why my top 5 should be the top 5. I mean, Venezuela gave an out of this world performance at the preliminaries, so I'm just leaving it all to the judges. I am just leaving it to them. I cannot I could go any further than this. Venezuela, I'll be happy if she makes the top 5, but everything will just depend on her finale performance and how the judges view her. But to me, Venezuela is a top 5 caliber. Now let's go to my final 5. Starting with my top 5, Thailand. Antonia Porcil, with all the criticism that she got after the preliminaries, I am still positive that Thailand can go all the way to the top 5. Once she makes the first cut, I can sense that there will be a different Antonia that we will be seeing. The different Antonia from the prelims that we saw compared to what we will be seeing in the finals. I am still open to see her winning because it would be fantastic to see her winning 2 of the Big 6 crowns. Exciting. Number 4, Puerto Rico. Carla Guilfou. Puerto Rico has been very consistent in the entire duration of the competition, and the preliminaries has solidified her as one of the crown contenders this edition. Again, let me repeat, I cannot imagine a top 5 without Puerto Rico, so I would love to see her make it in the top 5 and fight in the final question because she has the possibility to win the crown for Puerto Rico. And let the judges decide, because if you ask me, Puerto Rico is clearly a potential winner as well. Now let's go to my final 3. Second runner-up is South Africa. Briony Govender. I am not sure if you would agree with me on this, but I think Briony gave one of the strongest preliminary performances of all Miss South Africas that we've seen. I have followed her journey, watched her bio, her voice of change, her preliminary performance and daily activities, and if Miss Universe wanted to pick someone with high quality and of high caliber as a candidate and as a person, then that is South Africa. Period. My first runner-up is the Philippines. Michelle D. Let me just say this again. If I am wrong, then I'm wrong. If I'm right, then hooray. However, I will be staying true to what I've seen and to what my heart is saying. And to me, Michelle gave a performance that is worthy of a first runner-up or a Miss Universe crown, and nothing less than that. She beat all the odds and her journey was well calculated, and she prepared for it very well. Everything has meaning and everything has a sense of purpose. So if Miss Universe is looking for a queen that takes risks, that speaks very well, that is loyal to what she's advocating for, and performs as if her life depended on it, then that is Philippines. Period. But my Miss Universe 2023 goes to Nicaragua. Shanice Palacios. In terms of performances, there's no doubt that Nicaragua would be winning. If there is a coronation after prelims, she would win it right away. But we have to consider other factors as well. Nicaragua has been very consistent, and yes, she doesn't speak English, but she speaks so damn well in Spanish, and you all know that in El Salvador, anyone could be her translator, and I am really positive that she will be using an interpreter, and I suggest that she do so that she could be able to express herself strongly and clearly. And for someone like her who placed at Miss World, who did very well at Miss World, that alone is already a strong record. So if ever Miss Universe wants to crown someone who would be a satisfying winner, someone who could be one of the most beautiful winners of the pageant, and for someone who is consistent, then That is Nicaragua. Period. So that's it. This is my final prediction for Miss Universe 2023, and I'm looking forward to know your thoughts about my personal list, my personal choices to win, and whether you agree with my list or not. So don't forget. And by the way, after this is the final prediction of the international juries, and as I record this, I haven't read and counted the votes yet, just because I don't want to be influenced by their choices. So I'm so excited to calculate their votes too, so watch out for that result too. So don't forget to leave your comments below, don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.